Conspiracy of Silence is on Chukudubem TV. So now let's give a recap of this movie. It talks about a politician who got killed. So the daughter of this politician contacted a private investigator to find out who killed the father. Now, in the process of this investigation, the investigator got to realize that it was her brother who did the killing. Not only that, the reason was because this said politician tried to kill the investigator for discovering all the crimes he has done. So yeah, pretty much that is what conspiracy of silence talks about, guys. So now let's talk about the characters in the movie. Let's start with Angel Inigwe. Now, Angel here was the daughter to Chinenye. Yeah, Chinenye, that's her name actually. So Angel was playing a 17-year-old girl who was helping the mother. She was a computer genius. She knows how to do research. She knows how to manipulate, read people's private conversations. She knows how to control. Like, they were trying to portray Angel as somebody who can tap into anything, internet, computer, phone, CCTV cameras. Like, that was the character she was playing. Now I have a huge problem with her character. One is how she dressed. I mean, she's 17. They were trying to portray that, the way she dressed. I don't really follow that kind of. I don't. That's to say her costume. I love how she dressed down, but I'm talking about the gadget, about her earphone, and all of that, and then the scarf or whatever she was wearing on her hair. I don't understand what she's trying to wear in terms of that. I don't understand. Then coming to her being a computer genius, we're not seeing the work she was doing. We're not even seeing her behind any computer. I'm like, they just keep telling us, oh, she's a computer genius, she's typing. We are not seeing what she's typing. There's no screen of the computer, like nothing like that. Oh my goodness. Nothing like that, nothing. Even behind the computer self, to show that was a huge problem. All she kept saying is her script. She just keep delivering her lines, and we were not seeing what she was doing in the process of all of that. Only one time she came with a computer to show her sister that she has discovered this, and we're not seeing what she was showing her sister. So how exactly is she a computer genius when we're not seeing what she was doing? Then let's talk about Chinenye. Now, she was the private investigator. Yes, I love how she acted her role actually. And let's start with how she was investigating everything. That was really fire. And I love how she was also always jogging, exercising her brain and all of that. I love how her physique was really looking like a private investigator. That was really, really nice. And I love the idea of how she was, linking all the crimes or all the investigations she has done on the wall, and, drawing lines. And that is how Hollywood's kind of thing, and I like the whole of that. And I also love how Chinenye, her wardrobe in this movie. That is so cool. Her wardrobe, from hair to makeup to outfits. I think I like how I like how she appeared. Her wardrobe was really, really good. The pants and the tops and everything was just on point. And whenever she's jogging, we can see that she actually jogged. She's sweating, She doesn't look like somebody who just took a walk, whether they splash water on her or whatever, but she looks like somebody who went for jogging. The only issue I had with her character was the way they were just the way she had so many scenes where she was just thinking all alone and they were playing music. I'm like, that so many scenes, actually more than 5 or 6, like, and they were just wasting our time, you know. And in the process of some of these scenes, they were repeating the scenes, or they were showing or repeating the scenes for us to see where she has already done her investigation. So she was trying to, you know, pin the pieces together in her mind. So they were showing us the same scenes again. I'm like, why was that? You know, most of the scenes, that was how it was being done. Now let's move to the guy that played the brother who actually did the killing, you know. For him, I like how he, at first, you would not suspect him. I mean, if you're watching as a viewer, you know, you will not suspect that this is the person behind the killing until later part, or you know, of the point. I think if you are smart, you realize earlier. But if you are guessing, you wouldn't get that that he was behind the killing. So that his role was actually really interesting. I love how he was, you know, taking part of his time and just most of the time just doing sneaking things all the time and lying about it. I love his facial expressions when he was almost being called that he was behind the killing. You know, the expressions are you know, from him were top notch. I think I like that. His wardrobe, I don't know what was going on there, but I'll pardon him because he wasn't really the main focus in this movie. Then I also like another thing that I want to talk about is the girl, or the politician's daughter. She was aspiring to be, you know, taking the role in House of Rep, wanted to be House of Rep. So she was doing her own investigation. When they gave her the result of everything, she knew that this was just a dead end after all. So that was really good, and I love how she. I love her wardrobe. Actually, she didn't have much roles anyway, so nothing much to say about her. But I want to talk about some things that this movie was just shortcoming. This movie is not long. It's really not long. Very short movie. But I'm just disappointed how we didn't see the politician. There was nothing. They're not giving us anything about this politician background, you know, story from him. Nothing like that. I would have loved when they were the investigator was just contacting all these strange people who work for the politician, you know. They were finding out things. I would have loved when one of them was telling the story. We would have seen this particular politician doing dirty biddings or doing dirty dealings, you know. Just a scene of such thing would have made a whole lot of sense and make this movie, would have just upscaled this movie to one of the finest, but that was not the case. So that was a huge disappointment for me. But again, it is pretty much decent YouTube movie. They didn't invest much at all in it at all. So pretty decent. Rating it, I'm going to give it 3/10. If you know, are interested in watching Conspiracy of Silence, you should check it out on Chukudubem TV. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. As usual, don't forget to subscribe, guys. And those of you who have been subscribing, thank you so much. I'll see you all in the next video.